back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is Frito, also known as the self-proclaimed motherfucking king of the Call of Duty commentators.
You don't even have the game. How are you gonna make opinions about? How can you review it?
Guess what, kids? I know some of you have never jumped in a video game before, but the new Call of Duty game, it's not some humongous shift for the FPS genre. It's the most vanilla shooter ever. I don't need to put 5 hours into the game in order to have relevant opinions about it, okay? And besides, I'm not reviewing the game in any of these videos. I'm merely giving my opinions and customer feedback because I'm not going to buy the game until it fits what I want it to be. And if you don't want to watch the pre-Advanced Warfare buy purchases, then don't, because I might not even buy the game if I don't make these videos and get my opinions out there. This gameplay you're watching is some Black Ops 2 Theater Mode Edits Sniper versus Sniper gameplay here on one of the better DLC maps, in my opinion. All the maps in Black Ops 2 are pretty good. A lot of my opinions are getting validated the more I watch things. The more streams I watch, the more footage I gather, the more opinions that I observe. None of which requires me to actually play the game, mind you, because I'm not making opinions about specifics that require gameplay, but rather the metagame, which is pretty obvious between the gunplay and seeing how things flow, see how players respond and deal with situations. In fact, those types of opinions that I'm forming here might form better from me looking how everyone else plays the game, player to player, and how their opinions come together. Whereas if I just do it myself, I'd only have my perspective. Regardless, it's not so much about what I'm capable of doing through my own hands, but what I can observe. Anyway, something that I noticed. PC. Players most definitely rush around and use the abilities more. Why is that? Well, like I said in the last video, it isn't because they're more versed with the idea and concept of jumping. It might be because you have to use that left thumbstick and slam it over and over again. It's like you're using the echo slam on your own damn thumb, and you're breaking your thumb in half trying to slam on the left stick to keep the sprints and the boosts going left and right. So that's probably not the best function. You probably want to get a SCUF controller remapped with the L3 button so you can slam on that instead. But on PC, because you don't have to do all that, and because of the fact that you have the mouse to be able to aim while moving, it's a lot more dexterous, and you're able to make snap to target acquisition changes while you're flying through the air. PC players, they don't seem to be, and when I say PC player, I'm talking about people who stream, by the way. I'm not talking about like average casual people. I'm talking about streamers on Twitch. The streamers, they don't seem to be adversely affected by the changes of momentum. Most console players are, and some might say it's because they're not used to it, but a guy like the Mark of J actually does seem to be able to control the momentum. However, nobody on console, including him, uses the abilities mid-gunfight as much as the PC players do. And the conclusion I want to make about that, it's not the console player's fault. It's not because they need extra buttons on their controller, and it's not because that PC players are just a better brand of gamer. That's not the case at all. The thumbstick has less potential to be able to fly through quickly through the air and be able to acquire targets. Think about this. Thumbstick FPS goes all the way back to Halo, where you're floating through the air slowly. There is verticality there, but it's slow enough for you to be able to adjust. Call of Duty has been a little bit faster, but for the most part, it's been horizontal, and there's only been maybe one platform or sometimes two. But for the most part, you're playing a horizontal plane. But now that you can fly through the air in one fell swoop like Superman, people are having trouble both acquiring targets that are flying, but not so much, actually. Scratch what I just said. It's a little bit easier with the aim assist for you to stand still and completely focus on aiming with your thumbstick aim assist when you're stationary. So on console, the Advanced Warfare players are having a little bit better of a time standing still and playing a little bit more immobile. And on the flip side, when you're flying through the air, it's not easy as it should be. It's not as big of a benefit for you to fly through the air and dodge bullets because the stationary player with aim assist is capable to lock on you, whereas while you're flying at a higher momentum, it's harder for you to acquire that target. Whereas on PC, you're using the mouse, you can more easily adjust to the movement speeds that you're going through. The last video I said it's kind of like in a roller coaster. You get that jerk of boost of momentum, and it's hard to adjust to that. My fix to this, because a lot of people are noticing that on console, the gameplay, the flow of it doesn't go as quickly as they like. You have to actually play a little more conservatively on console because of the fact that the movement's harder to do, it's harder to land these shots. Some people said that SMGs should be buffed. Now, like I said before, some things I can't have an opinion on, right? I can't notice for sure if SMGs should be buffed without playing the game. But something that I will say that I can see very clearly just from watching hundreds of people try to do it is that there is a fix that you could do to the movement to buff it without actually changing the guns necessarily. And this is it. If you increase the aim assist on weapons, and maybe it's just SMGs, maybe ARs, maybe have different levels for each weapon class, however that needs to be done, but if you increase the aim assist while boosting through the air, it'll give the added benefit and remove some of the higher skill that's required, which I think is too much for console players for the most of them. It's too difficult to be expecting console players to be able to boost through the air and have mouse-like precision while flying. If you increase the aim assist of players when they're using the boost ability, then they'll be able to move more freely through the map, and it'll give you an ability to be able to push out campers and stationary players a bit more. Now, obviously, the stationary players will still be able to do fine in their gunfights, just like they always have, but players that want to move, I think they need to be giving that little bit of a better boost from utilizing those movements, and so it's less of a detriment to their gameplay. Hope you guys have been enjoying the spam of Call of Duty videos. I don't know how long this streak in me is going to last, but we'll ride the train as long as it's hot in my heart. Catch you guys in the next one.